Time does not exist in the unconscious. Should I tell you your story? Like every child, you needed your mother's caresses, the warmth of her body. You were denied them. So you turned to your father, who did caress you. You came to depend on those caresses. You threw yourself into whatever role you thought would give him pleasure. You played the dancer, you played the mistress of the house, you even played your father's wife. Then your mother interfered. You wished her dead. Desire for your father, the death wish for your mother. In time you learned this twofold urge was forbidden. It had to be repressed. Thereafter, whatever happened to you, whatever misfortune fanned its fire. Cecily, you are not guilty. Or if you are, your guilt is shared by every human being. The innocent is born into a world in which it cannot help but lose its innocence. Every child is foredoomed to become a sinner. I sinned too. I dreamed of killing my father. I shall expect you in my office tomorrow, 5 o'clock.
Would you please tell Mama I'd like to see her?
I marvel at the ease with which you suit things to your own convenience. Yesterday you condemned parents. Today it's the children who are guilty.
There is no guilt in sexuality at its source, only after the river has passed 2 cities.
I disapprove of your new theory. It repels me. Do you think I'm going to risk my reputation as a man and a physician simply to have my name on another book?
We could sign our contribution separately, if you like.
No, I will not be connected with it in any way.
Well then, let's leave the chapter out.
Thank heaven.
In that case, I shall read it as a paper at the next medical congress.
And end your career in one night.
The time comes when one must give up all one's fathers and stand alone. It is called, because the child is not supposed to have any sexual awareness. This mistaken belief reflects society's own feeling of fear and guilt. In infancy, he is a voracious young animal intent on filling his stomach. Warm milk flows into his mouth. It gives him pleasure. Pleasure he seeks to extend even when his hunger is satisfied. So he sucks on a false nipple or stomach. The gratification he obtains sensitizes the region of his mouth and lips so that it becomes an erogenous zone. Which in adult life finds pleasure in the kiss. The infant is bathed, he is fondled and caressed by the mother. His whole body responds to her loving care. His desire for her breast gradually extends to a desire for the mother herself. Inevitably, she becomes the first love object of the child. Then he discovers that she is not his alone. He has a rival, his father. So, before he can understand or contend with it, he is consumed with jealousy, trapped in a conflict between love and hate. There's little new in this. The ancient Greeks revealed their knowledge of these truths in the story of Oedipus, who, all unknowing, killed his father and took his mother to wife. And thereafter was condemned to wander through life, blind and homeless. The shadow of this doom lies over us all.
Gentlemen, we are not in a political meeting. Dr. Freud must be allowed to speak.
It is in the Oedipus complex, the child's fixation on the parent of the opposite sex, that infantile eroticism reaches its climax. Each human being is confronted with the task of overcoming this complex within himself. If he succeeds, he will be a whole individual. If he fails, he will become a neurotic and himself wander forever, blind and homeless. Gentlemen, I'm deeply grateful for your kind attention. You have not ceased to display the detachment, the love of truth for truth's sake, the noble profession.
Gentlemen, have you any questions?
Just one question, and I shall not ask it of the speaker. Dr. Breuer, you are aware of the esteem in which we all hold you. Do you share your collaborators' views?
Sir, my collaborator is an eminent man. He is a zealous worker. And there are many here who would do well to have his scruples and professional conscience. How dare you? And how dare you ask me for references regarding Dr. Freud? Who in this hall can say I am worth more than that man?
No one is dreaming of that, Dr. Breuer. I would simply like to know whether you share the speaker's views. To be specific, what do you think of infantile sexuality, Dr. Breuer?
I do not believe in it. I have never believed in it. I can never accept it. Never accept it, never. Gentlemen, the meeting is adjourned. Know thyself. 2,000 years ago, these words were carved on the temple at Delphi. Know thyself. They are the beginning of wisdom. In them lies the single hope of victory over man's oldest enemy, his vanity. This knowledge is now within our grasp. Will we use it? Let us hope.